know that my words hurt people, and I know that my words have consequences, and that there is no immediate fix for my actions, but I am so deeply sorry for all the pain that I've caused. If a service dog ever approaches you but they're alone, that means that their owner's in trouble and they probably can't move, so you should follow him, because you'll get a free wallet.
So that was a fucking lie.
Now, just a couple days ago, we talked about Zoe Laverne and how she tainted her career with multiple bad decisions within the past 3 years of her online presence, and how Zoe had this mindset that she was a celebrity, so she was above everyone else, when in reality, she was just a content creator that got lucky on Musical.ly and TikTok. So to continue this series of horrible TikTok creators, we have to talk about OnlyJayus, another TikTok content creator who weaponizes their fan base when they get called out from a small content creator, and who has also had their fair share of controversies. Now, to be respectful of OnlyJayus, we will be using their pronouns throughout this video, which is they/them. But moving on, Isabella, aka OnlyJayus, has been called out and exposed for using racial slurs while they were in high school. They would also be called out for being an ableist, which if you don't know what that means, here's the definition of ableist on the screen right now. OnlyJayus grew their platform to 16.2 million followers on TikTok and over 2 million subscribers on YouTube through their videos where OnlyJayus acts out information that they got from the internet. But this helped them grow their brand, so they continued this style of video. OnlyJayus would beef with Acrello, on Karen, Papa Gut, and the Jonathan Moss throughout their time on TikTok, and for a good reason, but we will get to that part later on in the video. Let's get into OnlyJayus' rise on TikTok and YouTube and their fall from the steepest mountaintop. OnlyJayus' first video on TikTok would be uploaded all the way back in March of 2019. This video would feature them showing off their headliner of their car and how they were able to make it look like the Rolls-Royce Starlight headliner. You see, these were the types of videos that OnlyJayus started their account off with. It wouldn't be until August of 2019 where they would really start to push out facts and informative videos. They would also create their YouTube account in October of 2019 where they would also upload videos with the same premise. OnlyJayus would also hit 1 million followers on TikTok during this October month, just a couple months after taking TikTok more seriously. Now, throughout their early days on TikTok, they were working at Best Buy until September of 2019 when a customer of Best Buy would send corporate OnlyJayus' videos. You see, Isabella would record these videos right after work when they were still in their uniform. From there, Best Buy told Isabella that they had to delete their videos, and by the next week, Isabella was fired from Best Buy. But with this firing meant more time for OnlyJayus to push out more content through their TikTok and YouTube accounts. This ended up being a blessing in disguise, and with more time on their hands, they were able to upload more videos more frequently and focus solely on content creation. This would help boost their platform and they would be seen from other bigger companies. In February of 2020, Netflix would upload a teaser for their new podcast, Know It All, and the host of this podcast was going to be OnlyJayus, and the first episode was uploaded in March of 2020. The Know It All podcast would run for 28 episodes, and out of 1.6 thousand reviews on Apple, it would be rated 4.8 stars out of 5 stars, with very positive reviews, with some people even saying that it was the best podcast that they have ever listened to. Now, throughout this time, OnlyJayus would continue to grow their brand, but would get into their first altercation with another TikTok creator. Now, the Jonathan Moss would get called out by OnlyJayus for, quote, stealing her content in July of 2020. Here's the video.
I do not own information. I think it's okay for other creators to do fact videos. It literally does not bother me. I just think it's really weird when other big creators think it's okay to copy my video word for word and act like you didn't. Did you know that your birth month actually has a huge effect on who you are as a person and the things that could possibly happen to you?
Yo, did you know that your birth month actually has a huge effect on you and the things that can happen to you in your life?
People born in March are way more likely to have asthma, and I can actually speak to this one because my little sister, the only one born in March, has asthma.
People born in March are actually more likely to have asthma, and I can speak to that because my cousin, the only person born in March, has asthma.
I don't want Jonathan to get hate, so stop with the fucking death threats that he's saying he's getting, but he knows exactly what he's doing. He tried to copy this video when I first posted it, and now he's trying again months later. And I think as bigger creators, we should be better than that, and I think he should just own up to it.
OnlyJayus would say it was a direct copy of their video, but Jonathan would state that it was just a coincidence. This happened to be a very small back and forth, but it would only be the start of OnlyJayus being problematic. In November of 2020, Acrello would upload this video. In this video, Akrella doesn't specifically call out OnlyJayus for saying that his career would die out, but they spoke up in his comments. This beef all started when OnlyJayus' friend would beef with Akrella because they were making the same content and OnlyJayus' friend thought Akrella was copying his content. Here are a couple videos explaining the situation. Keep in mind that this back and forth went on for a while, so I'm only adding in things that I find to be the most interesting and important.
Hey, I just saw this comment just now. Before I continue on with this video, I just want to make sure you're educated. It's actually wrong for a white person to call a black person boy, but I know you didn't mean it in a malicious way, so we can move on from that. Never planned on name dropping you, but you commented, so I'm gonna respond here. But thank you for telling me my career would die in 6 months. It just really took some grinding and dedication from within me, and motivation just really motivated me. And I gotta thank God upstairs, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be in the position that I am today. Quit lying. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? Okay, so as you guys can see, this screenshot was taken on April 5th. It's a conversation between me and Jayus. I say 2 years, give me 2 years. I was just saying in 2 years, I was going to be a big TikToker. I only had around 800K at the time, and I was gonna have a meal. I was saying I was going to be a big TikToker. She goes, I give you 6 months. I go, 6 months for what? She says, you'll run out of things on Reddit soon enough. I basically tell her I'll start a new series. This was April 5th. Y'all can look at the top. Now, this is the screenshot of me in YouTube studio of the video on OnlyJayus critiquing TikTokers OnlyJayus. As you can see, the date is April 8th. 3 days after she told me my career would die. All of that started because you told me my career would die.
At the beginning of the year, a mutual friend blocked Krello because he was copying his content. And then Krello asked me, hey, why did the mutual friend block me? And I told him, it's because you're copying his content. And he did not like that fucking answer.
You really blocked me on your second page so you could say this so I wouldn't see it. But I'm going to debunk everything you just said right now, and then that's going to be the end of it. It's not going to be this back and forth thing. It's April 5th. You told me that in 6 months, my career would die. Here are those screenshots. Y'all can read them for yourselves. 3 days later, I made the video. I remember because I was working at Jimmy John's that day before I quit. It's April 8th, and you said you are so immature, dude. Enjoy the less than 5K views on the video while it's still up. You wouldn't be responding like that unless it was about the video. That proves that you told me my career would die before any of that happened. I didn't drop the video on you because you told me that he was stealing my content. I dropped the video on you because you told me my career would die. Multiple verified creators have came out and said you've been horrible to them. So just stop acting like this great person.
This back and forth would eventually end, and the videos would be deleted by both parties involved. I reached out to Akrella on Instagram to see if he wanted to add any input to this video, but sadly, he did not respond. The two would move on, and both continued to grow until OnlyJayus would find themselves in their biggest controversy on TikTok in 2021. On February 9th, 2021, Freak to Gemini would upload this video exposing OnlyJayus for not only using the N-word, but using it with the hard ER and calling someone an N-word lover throughout those DMs.
Everybody here that I love you no matter your sex, your gender, your sexuality, your faith, or your race.
Goofy alert, guess that didn't age well, cause this you. At the bottom, calling someone the hard ER, a word used to oppress black people in my community. My live was banned for a week because that screenshot has so many bad things in it, it made no sense. And if you guys think it's fake, I posted the original screenshot and the original screen recording on my Instagram. This is why I don't trust people with savior complexes, bro. I feel like it's always a second agenda behind what you do. If you say it's 2 to 3 years old, you were 20 years old when you said it. The other day, Addison was canceled for old BLM tweets from 2016. Let's see if everyone keeps the same energy. You're a role model to 10 million people, bro. I hope things get better, and I hope you educate.
At first, OnlyJayus would deny the fact that these screenshots were real and would claim that they were photoshopped, but then later on, they would admit that the screenshots were of them. This big controversy would have every big TikTok content creator giving their input, and throughout this time, OnlyJayus would turn to Papa Gut for advice. Papa Gut helped them and even had their back throughout this time, but OnlyJayus would also turn their back on him after he lost his platform on TikTok.
In my past, I said disgusting things to people, and I am so ashamed of myself for using racist rhetoric and derogatory language to hurt others, because I knew what that word meant and I understood the power behind it, but I said it anyway because it was the meanest thing that I could think of, and I am so sorry to everyone, but especially to those in the Black community, because only you guys can forgive me for this, and there is no excuse and there are no justifications for what I said, and you guys deserve better. And when I first saw the screenshots, I didn't even think that they were real because I forgot how hateful and how angry of a person I used to be, and it hurts my soul knowing that I said those things. But the screenshots and the things I've said in my past are not a reflection of who I am today. And I am so grateful for the people in my life that I met after high school, in college, at my previous jobs, and on TikTok who took their time to educate me on their experiences. Because listening to them was so powerful and a real reality check for me. So I want to take this time to take a step back and share my platform with some amazing Black creators who are going to tell their story to try and educate others on the trauma that happens when we use this kind of language. I know that my words hurt people, and I know that my words have consequences, and that there is no immediate fix for my actions, but I am so deeply sorry for all the pain that I've caused.
Now, many TikTok content creators felt like OnlyJayus' apology wasn't genuine. It took 3 days to upload, and it just seemed like they were reading off a script. Netflix would end up canceling the Know It All podcast, and OnlyJayus would also lose all of their other sponsors. Freak the Gemini would upload this video a couple days after, once again exposing OnlyJayus, when OnlyJayus stated that the kid sent the DMs to Freak the Gemini, who in her words was a Black TikToker who likes to start controversy.
Goofy alert, my videos keep getting taken down. I'm gonna show this video one more time.
The kid sent the screenshots to Freak the Gemini, who is a Black TikToker who just likes to start controversy.
How am I controversial for holding you accountable for telling someone they're an N-word lover, bro? You literally say you've been trying to stop being racist for 5 years. That is not an excuse to be racist, bro. How you gonna put up an apology video, then backtrack your apology on the phone with someone, claiming that I'm a Black controversial person? No, I just called out a racist. Please, I hope things get better.
Now, in OnlyJayus' apology video, they stated that they would share their platform with other Black content creators, but when a TikTok creator by the name of Karen reached out to OnlyJayus, they would chat back and forth, and it seemed like OnlyJayus was going to do the right thing and give Karen a collab, but would start to ignore Karen and would eventually ghost her. But when Karen ended up making a video about OnlyJayus ghosting her, OnlyJayus would upload this video blaming their forgetfulness on their ADHD.
Forgot to respond to an email from this creator that wanted to collab with me, and instead of just hitting me up again, they made 7 fucking videos about it! Can you please leave me the fuck alone? I have a diagnosed neurological disorder that makes me forget things.
It's the lies for me. Oh my, y'all. Aunt Karen always keeps her receipts. It's the lies. What are these dates? Hit you up again, you say? What is these dates? We lying. Wow.
OnlyJayus would then also try and spin the narrative and try to blame Karen for not emailing them a second time and instead running to social media to make a video about it. But Karen would prove them wrong with a bunch of screenshots showing that she did reach out for the second time, and she felt that she did not have to reach out more than that. Eventually, OnlyJayus would end up blocking Karen, and even worse, OnlyJayus would end up deleting the apology video and would try to move past this major event on TikTok, and sadly, for the most part, they have been able to move past it. Since getting called out, OnlyJayus has only grown and has exploded in views on their YouTube account. But I honestly think it was because YouTube started this new Shorts program and they started growing a lot with re-uploading their stuff from TikTok to YouTube. This program started in March of 2021, and if you look at OnlyJayus' Social Blade account, their account would start to prosper right after this new feature. Now, people in my comments might agree with OnlyJayus and say that it was a long time ago, but at the time, Isabella was at least 17 years old and a senior in high school, which is not an excuse. They were old enough to know right from wrong, and they even admitted that they knew it was a horrible word but still used it. They blamed the insult on the conservative town that they were living in and also blamed it on them playing Call of Duty. This is an act that is unforgivable and unforgettable. Not only did OnlyJayus lie about the screenshots being photoshopped to try to take heat off of their back, but they would also lie about wanting to work with other Black content creators and still to this day have not featured a person of color on their TikTok account. Big content creators on TikTok do not respect Isabella anymore because of the numerous times that they have lied, and I know that there is a huge disconnect when it comes from YouTube and TikTok, so many users on YouTube don't actually know what Jayus did, and since they deleted their apology video, their new followers won't know either. But if you thought that this was the end of their many controversies, you would be wrong. In June of 2021, OnlyJayus would post this video that is now deleted, so shout out to this user for saving the video.
If a service dog ever approaches you but they're alone, that means that their owner's in trouble and they probably can't move, so you should follow him because you'll get a free wallet.
I rely on my dog to live. This is super harmful to us and is not funny at all.
Now, this video could be passed as satire, but when you have a young fan base or even preteen fan base and you don't say that is an obvious joke, this could be way more harmful to those that are disabled in any way. The video was taken down, but instead of OnlyJayus apologizing, we saw them comment on other people's videos that either stitched or duetted the video and called them dummies or weirdos. And these content creators that stitched and duetted these videos were disabled themselves, which is just even worse. Eventually, there would be a petition to ban OnlyJayus from TikTok, and even with close to 500,000 signatures, they probably won't be banned. And even if they were banned, they are still making a lot of money off of YouTube right now, with almost every single short that they upload having over 1 million views. Now, I hate to say this, but I don't think Isabella has learned their lesson, and maybe restricting their influence would be something that would work. But it seems like many of these content creators on TikTok get a pass with being extremely controversial, like Zoe Laverne, Tony Lopez, and now OnlyJayus, because being controversial brings traction to the TikTok site. OnlyJayus was able to manipulate their fans to push a narrative other than the truth, and even though they still get millions of views a month, they have lost the respect within the TikTok community for being racist and ableist. This has been the rise and fall of OnlyJayus. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know who you want to see next, and I just might make a video about them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.